Okay, so I think we can start. Welcome everyone to the inkjet bioAM open call presentation. Today we have a session about this European project, and while we wait on the rest of the attendees, I think we can start going over the agenda, today's agenda. First, we will have an overview of the European project inkjet bioAM by Profactor. The coordinator in this case is Hannes Fashberg. Then we will have a brief presentation of each of the pilot lines that are developed within this project. The first one will be functionalization of bioscaffolds. The second will be biosensors. And the third one will be personalization of pharmaceutical products. Then after this, we will have an overview of the open code that's going to be developed within this project. We'll give you a few interesting details about it and see all the requirements. And finally, after this, there will be 3 breakout rooms, 3 breakout sessions that will take place in parallel, in which you will have the opportunity to discuss your ideas with each of the pilot line leaders. So we can begin now with the first part of our presentation. But first, let me remind you that this meeting is being recorded. So we will start with the presentation of the European project inkjet bioAM by the coordinator from Profactor's team, Hannes. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen, for the nice introduction. I'm Hannes Fachberger, the coordinator of this inkjet bioAM project. And yeah, hello everybody. Great that you have interest in this open call. I will start introducing the project itself. So the short title is inkjet bioAM, and it's about multi-material inkjet printing. Our mission in this project is we want to establish multi-material inkjet printing for the smart manufacturing of biomedical applications. And yeah, at the end, we want, of course, improve the healthcare in Europe. The project consists of 15 different partners from 5 countries in 8 different regions of the EC. We started the project 9 months ago in September 2024, and it will last for in total 3 years. This project is part of the program Interregional Innovation Investments. So it's an EC-funded project, but not from Horizon, also not for research, but for regional development. So it's about supporting the regions to implement the smart specialization strategies. And doing this, we should promote novel and innovative technologies and promote investments in these technologies to increase then the economy, so to say, in the different regions. Next slides. So we see now this important overview, which partners are involved and from which regions they are coming from. You see that we have providers of technologies, for example, for the inkjet printing technology, it's SÜSS Microtech from Eindhoven. We have Domicro. Domicro want to build up pilot line 3, also from Eindhoven. And we have support from Brainport Development, which is their an agency for promoting innovations and cooperations. So these are the partners from North Brabant, from the Eindhoven region. We have from Germany on board AgensMed, is the provider of the use case 1, and AgensMed want to build up and implement the pilot line 1. In the same or next to this region, from also a part of Bavaria, from Mittelfranken, we have support from Bayern Innovativ, which are again supporting the consortium for corporations. From Austria, we have a partner from Carinthia, Infineon, which is the provider of a sensor chip for use case 2. We have 2 partners from Styria, 2 research partners, RCPE and the University from Graz. And from Upper Austria, we have 3 partners. Profactor, we are acting as the coordinator in supporting in the field of process development in inkjet printing. Tiger, a partner for ink manufacturing, and MTC, it's again support for corporations and networking. And now we have involved 2 less developed regions. One from the east, from part of Romania. 2 partners are located there, Intellectro, provider of use case 2, and Intellectro will build up pilot line 2. And Old Green will support the project with paper-based substrate development. The other less developed regions is from the southwest, from Andalusia in Spain, again with 2 partners, Regemat supporting the consortium with nanocellulose materials and bioprinting technology, and ONTech, again a cluster organization for the support of networking. And ONTech is also our partner coordinating the open call. So you see the regions, and please keep this in mind, where are the partners coming from. This is important because in these interregional innovation investments and also in the open call, it's about building up an ecosystem, starting with these regions. And other regions from less developed countries should be then involved too. Next slide, please. Yeah, a conventional structure of the project. We have project management, requirement analysis, and you see that we have so kind of cross-cutting topics which we want to further develop. So we start on TL6, and in a few technologies we have identified bottlenecks. We have to improve them and optimize them. Cross-cutting issues like materials for inkjet printing, but also printing technologies itself. And also the GMP compliance of this inkjet printing for the medical field issues interesting for all pilot lines. But then in the center, we have the implementation of 3 pilot lines with 3 different use cases. Then the FSDP management with the open call and the work package 8 for dissemination and so on. Next slide, please. So it's in our project about industrial multimaterial inkjet printing, and I don't know if you are familiar. So let me show you one video. It's from Stratasys, well-known world market leader in multimaterial inkjet printing technologies. They are using it in 3D printers.
Similar to how an inkjet printer lays down pigment, the PolyJet printhead deposits small amounts of ultraviolet curable material on the build platform, eventually forming a single cross-section of the part. An ultraviolet light attached to the printhead simultaneously cures the material as it is printed. Once a cross-section is complete, the build platform is lowered slightly to make room for the next layer. As the part is built.
So you see this is well-known multi-material inkjet technology from Stratasys for 3D printing. To be clear, do not want to make advertisements for Stratasys. This is a closed system, yeah? And we want to, but you see how the technology works. We have printheads with a lot of nozzles, hundreds of nozzles with a very small diameter. We have very small drops, and we can control the deposition very precisely. And we achieved in layer thicknesses of around 15 to 30 microns. And usually we use inks which we can photopolymerize. And a bottleneck, of course, is we have to consider that the processing window for the viscosity of the materials is around 8 to 20 millipascal seconds. But we are starting within pilot lines with open platforms so that we can make use of novel materials for biomedical applications. Next slide, please. It's a summary. What are the goals of the project? So we have identified the bottlenecks for inkjet printing for this ecosystem and demonstrate the capabilities of these technologies in 3 pilot lines. So we have to develop the pilot lines, we have to implement them, and then in parallel we have to also develop further the 3 use cases we have selected. And then at the end of the project we want to demonstrate the capabilities of the technology for these 3 use cases. And in parallel, also we want to widen up the ecosystem for inkjet printing in this biomedical sector. And this is all about the open call. Yeah. You use the open call to widen up the ecosystem. Here a summary of the technical developments. This next slide. So we look into the printhead technologies, we look into the materials and in GMP compliance. Next slide, please. The ecosystem development, as said, that's why we opened this call. We want to co-create projects proposed by you, by SMEs, and together with the partners involved in each of the pilot lines, those projects should be then implemented across the entire value chain of inkjet printing and manufacturing of medical pharmaceutical products. And you see, this is your contribution can be in different aspects across this entire value chain. We will discuss this now for all 3 pilot lines. Next slide, please. We have the pilot line 1 with the bioscaffold as the use case, the second use case with the biosensors, and the third use case personalization of medication using these multi-material inkjet technologies. And I want to ask now the pilot line leaders and use case providers to introduce their pilot line and use case so that you better understand which pilot line you could support with your technology. Daniel, floor is yours.
Thank you very much. And you have the next slide. So my name is Daniel Seitz. I'm the CEO of AgentsMed or AgentsMed. That's a medical device company, which is a spin-off from a research institute focused on bone printing and everything around bones are now extending towards also cartilage printing. Next slide, please. So in this project, we are starting from results from the ink plant project, where we have a very nicely developed bone support, which can be inserted into osteochondral defects. This is about regenerative repair of osteochondral defects. And currently there are some offers or some products on the market for repairing cartilage, but this always is limited to defects where the bone is not affected because this cannot be healed in one go. So what is missing is an osteochondral cylinder, which can be placed into cartilage defect. And the practical aspect of it, that in order to be successful clinically, it should be press fitted, because this is the major common working technique for placing osteochondral plugs. So we are looking forward to using the inkjet system to print a cartilage scaffold onto the existing bone scaffold. We already have some prototypes for that, but we want to now, in this line, develop the exact printing of a cartilage scaffold with biodegradable material, which has the mechanical properties adequate for regenerating cartilage, but is a multi-material construct that combines mechanical properties with cellular properties. Maybe have the next slide, please. So here you can see the use case, which is printing onto a bone scaffold using the 5-axis system. And in this case, we have 3 different production lines or results. One would be a medical product. This doesn't need GMP environment, but it doesn't harm to have it. The second one, if we include growth factors, best bound to hydrogels, so we would have a lattice work of biodegradable material. We have integrated hydrogels, which are drug-eluting. In this case, we already benefit from GMP environment because this is an active medical product, active implant. Or even if we go one step further towards an ATMP, including cells or cellular parts, then definitely we'll need a GMP qualified 5-axis multi-material inkjet printer with included dispensing module. Can we have the next slide? So what results from this is that we are preparing this common scaffolds. We already have a really nice biodegradable material, but we are still looking for the adequate hydrogel that we can include in the scaffold. This should be suited for growth factor delivery and 3D printable, and of course, suitable for growth together with cells. We are also looking for stable, printable, chondrogenic growth factors, and we could also use some help on the technical side. I won't say too much about that because Profactor is making a very good job of that, and they can best define what can be helpful in this part. And something we definitely need is someone who will look whether the press fit of this thing works, either in a simulator or in a cadaver study. Of course, we're not yet ready for a clinical trial, so it would be a preclinical trial where you can demonstrate that whatever we print can be press fitted into an osteochondral defect. And the last part is that we want to register this product as a custom, as a patient matched device. In order to do so that the doctor doesn't have to prescribe it, but he can automatically order it just from the CT data. In order to do so, we will need a design envelope, and anybody who can participate with a design envelope and can provide sufficient data to establish such a design envelope will also be welcome. That's it from my part. I'm looking forward to the discussions and your input.
Thank you very much, Daniel. We will now move on to pilot line 2, presented by Alexandru Florentin-Trandavat from Intellectro. The floor is yours.
So, thank you. My name is Alexandru Trandavat, and I'm from Intellectro. That's a spin-off company of Technical University Gheorghe of Iași. Our role in this project is to develop a pilot line for printing for printed sensors. Next slide, please. Okay. So, what we intend to do is to develop a new pilot line using our technology that is already installed in the company's headquarters in Iași. So we'll start from a Ceradrop inkjet printer, high precision inkjet equipment, combining together with a screen printer, and we want to develop a new type of biochemical sensor that will be used for detection of analytes from urine. Next slide, please. Okay. The concept is very simple. We started from previous results on a previous research project with a normal electrochemical sensor, but additionally, we need to add a microcontroller. The microcontroller is provided by our partner Infineon, and the microcontroller is able to make to use up to 6 working electrodes in order to detect electrochemical signals. And this microcontroller is powered by NFC, and using this NFC also communication, we can detect and transmit the information straight from urine. As you can see, the concept it's to have a small detection band that will be inserted in the diaper, and when the mixture is occur, we want to be able to detect some analytes from urine, and we want to send information further. Next slide, please. What we are searching for in this partnership, we are searching some semis that can contribute in several directions. One of the direction is linked by the development of new biomaterials for biosensor, like additional receptor layers or electrochemical components that will interact with analytes that we want to detect. The concept is not to develop only one sensor and to sell it as as it is, but to develop a concept where the sensor can be functionalized on the site by the people that take care of the elder people, for example, and they can specific functionalized for one specific analyte, depending on the type of the analyte that they need to monitorize. Another expertise that we are searching for, it's how to step further from a pilot line to mass production. If somebody have knowledge and can develop automatic system or automatization for our pilot line, it's welcome. Another type of contribution that we are looking for on this type of grants is to develop also the IoT component of the system. Actually, after we sense the chemical reaction, we sense the level of the analyte, what we'll do with the information, where to send it, how to send it, how to store it, and how to use it in order to improve the life of the elder people or the people that will use this kind of sensor. Next slide, please. So I give the
Thank you,
microphone
Alexander.
further. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We now have the presentation of Pilot Line 3 by Domicro, represented by Joanna Tavares. Joanna, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Joanna. I'm a process and development engineer at Domicro. Domicro is a technology company that provides innovative solutions with manufacturing technology applications for flexible and hybrid electronics. Next slide, please. Yes, thank you so much. So, what is our goal in this project? Our goal is to develop a fully GMP pilot line with the upgrade LP50 inkjet printing provided by our partner SUSE that is able to process 8 water-based inks, including APIs, the active pharmaceutical ingredients, and also graphical inks. The process will be carried not only using the inkjet printing, but also other equipment such as lamination technology and dispensing. We are doing this based on results provided by Comet 2D printing for pharmaceutical applications. These results were provided by our partners in Graz, RCP, and Unigraz. Next slide, please. So why do we want to do this? We want to do this because there are several people that suffer from chronic diseases like dry mouth or even needle phobia. So they are not able to take pills like every other person. So we intend to provide a patch with this pharmaceutical ingredient that will be delivered by dermal applications. In the photos, we can see the first primary results. Of course, some optimizations are still required. Next slide, please. So what is our ideal project for partners? So I think there are a lot of options. We would like to explore other APIs, not only anesthetic. Also, the GMP requires software. For a fully optimized GMP requires a proper software, a proper workflow integration. Companies with pharmaceutical distribution, like in hospital pharmacies, can also help giving us the real world prospects, consultancy in design services, and I think, yeah, even with the GMP proper insights would be a great help. If you have any of these characteristics, please do not hesitate to reach. Thank you so much. Next slide, please.
Okay, so we'll now move on to the presentation of the open code that is being implemented in this project. This presentation will be done by Fatima Carmona, Director of R&D Projects at OnTech Innovation. Fatima, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Carmen. I'm Fatima Carmona from OnTech Innovation. We are responsible of Work Package 7 within Inject project financial support to third parties, and I'm going to give you an overview, a brief overview of the open code. Okay. The project Inject bioAM has launched an open call to select 9 projects, 3 per each pilot lines. Each project is going to receive a maximum amount of 60,000 euros. Take into account that this amount includes direct cost and indirect cost. Who can apply? The call is devoted to small and medium-sized enterprises aiming to test and develop new project ideas using technologies developed within one of the pilot lines described before by pilot line leaders. The project selected will be developed within a joint consortium formed by enterprises and the partners involved in each pilot lines. Here you can find the eligible regions of the companies. The companies that will be selected should be in one of these regions. On the one hand, regions covered by the consortium, as Hannes has mentioned before, from Netherlands, Germany, Austria, Romania, Austria, and Spain, but also it's possible the participation of companies from less developed region, as defined by the European Commission in Annex 1, and also from the outermost regions as recognized under Article 349 of the Treaty of the Functioning of the European Union. Less developed regions are very welcome. The open call, the proposal submission, was open from June 16th and will be open until September 15th at 5:00 p.m. The information is available at the website of Inject bioAM. There you can download all documents, templates, application form, the budget form, also document for frequently asked questions, and guide for applicants. All documents should be submitted in English in all mandatory parts. In the next slide, you can find the project proposal. I would like to request that please read carefully the guide for applicants and the proposal instructions at the beginning of the documents in order to prepare your proposal properly according to the open call requirements. The open call project proposal has different parts. One part to cover the mandatory information of the company, and another one that's cover the different award criteria and the description of the projects. In the next slide, you can find a screenshot of the budget template. Here you can find the different cost categories include and eligible within the open call. As direct costs, you can find personal cost, subcontracting, travel, accommodation, subsistence, equipment, and other goods, works, and services. Take into account that indirect costs will be calculated automatically. So the maximum amount is 60,000 euros, and you can take into account with the calculation of the indirect cost. Here you can find the evaluation process of the proposal. Evaluation process will be transparent, fair, equal to all participants. Proposal will be evaluated in these phases shown and described in the slide. The full evaluation process up to the communication final list of the beneficiaries will take place within a period of about 3 months. So now we are within the first one, proposal submissions. The second one will be in October with the admissibility check. Then we will go to the third one with the jury review. After that, we'll start with the ethical review and eligibility criteria check. And the last two parts, communication of final list to the beneficiaries in December 2025 to finish with the signatures of sub-grant agreements. Take into account that the project will start in March 2026 and it has a duration of 9 months. Please take into account the award criteria. There are 4 award criteria. The first one is the quality and innovation potential. The second one is the contribution to the value chain, utility of the inkjet bioAM technology and technical viability, and prospective analysis, feasibility and sustainability of the results. The proposal will be evaluated based on these criteria. Each proposal will be ranked by a sign and score from 0 to 3 points. For each criterion, maximum score will be 13 points. Participant from less developed region will receive an extra point. The jury for the proposal will be composed by inkjet bioAM Management Board, 4 members of the External Advisory Board, and representative person of the partners where the pilot lines are located. So please, here you have our contact email and also the website where you can find the process in deep, where you can download all documents, read carefully, and please contact us in order to solve any doubts. And please, this is a very good opportunity so to finance your projects.
Thank you very much, Fatima. So now we have some time for questions. If you have any questions, please raise your hand and we can activate your microphone. Okay, so we have a question from Richard.
Yeah, hi, thank you very much. Can I just check whether UK, obviously this isn't Horizon funded, which the UK is able to be part of, but is the UK able to apply for these funds?
I can answer your question. Unfortunately, not.
Ah, okay.
In this interregional investment, it's really only about regions belonging to the EC.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case. Yeah.
In Horizon, there are different associated countries like UK and Switzerland, but it's not the case in I3, unfortunately.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
No problem.
Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. My name is Marius Ariel. I just want to ask if I correctly understood. So basically, within this call, it is about a series of partners which are aiming to develop technology, and our grant or our proposal should practically sustain the technology which is to be developed within the big project. Am I right or not?
Yes, you are right.
Yeah.
You have seen what's the main idea of the project, and that the pilot line should be implemented, and then we want to start demonstrating the capabilities of inkjet technology for these use cases. But to bring this production really on a higher level and to start real production and sell the devices for the use cases, there are still aspects missing.
Okay, so
and these aspects we are interested in, that the SMEs cover and bring in the knowledge with software, with other material expertise,
And all the projects and the projects should target one of the pilot lines, yeah, 1, 2, or 3, yeah.
You should choose, in your application, and you should target, and support one pilot line and the use case behind.
Okay, thank you a lot. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
We also have a question from Paolo. Go ahead, please.
Hi, everybody. So thank you for your presentation. And I was following your presentation in order to understand if we could apply with some of our technologies. So I have a question related to the eligible regions. Are there any other restrictions about participant regions for SME that could apply to this project? I mean, Italy is eligible to apply.
You have seen the definition.
Exactly. I see your.
Where are you located? Where are you located, Paolo?
In Venice.
So it's in the northern part of Italy. And unfortunately, the northern part of Italy is not considered to be a less developed region.
In fact, because I see your slide and yes, I wanted to confirm about that. Okay, so nothing to do.
When you look on the website, we refer to an Annex 1 from the EC, where you find a list. This Annex 1 is a list in this official publication, which are the less developed regions. I share now my screen, and you see when you look it up in the internet, you will find also illustrations, not where these regions.
Yeah. Okay.
Only the red ones are considered.
Okay. So, thanks. We will collaborate maybe another time.
But maybe
I
you
have here opened the documents, the annex, and from Italy, I think that's the region. Cover is Puglia, Basilicata, Calabria, Sicilia.
I understand.
This is this official document, genau.
Yeah.
When you scroll down to E, Italy, those then are the regions.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. In any case, thanks,
but maybe you have partners in those regions, and you could motivate them
to apply.
To apply.
I
maybe
can check it.
It's also possible that they involve you then as a subcontractor maybe in their application.
Okay, thanks for your suggestion. I will check it.
So I think we have more questions. Richard?
Yes, sorry about that. Okay. Do you have an intention to go for a horizon bid after this? Obviously, this is a smaller interregional project at the moment, but I just wonder whether you're aiming to go for a larger horizon bid at some stage.
Yeah. We have not identified a possible or relevant call on topic at the moment, but maybe we could, maybe you have something in mind, and of course then we could discuss preparing also a proposal for a larger horizon project.
Sure, be really interested in that. So yeah, so if you do or want to speak, maybe we can have a discussion about them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we have another question. Nyatuk, Yuri?
Yes, I know that I belong to the consortium, but I would like to ask if there will be there will be no potential collaborator from the less developed regions, like who apply. Is there the possibility that the other partners join from the more developed, or it's a strict rule?
It's a strict rule from the EC. And meanwhile, for the new I3 calls they publish, another rule is established because obviously they had the experience that it's maybe too restrictive.
Mm-hmm.
But the EC decided that the former rules at the beginning, when we applied, are valid.
And if, let's imagine it will be difficult to find the potential partner from the less developed regions. There are already some idea how we, how the consortium will move forward, or it's.
There are no ideas, but actually, when it's the case, then we have to discuss this with the EC again.
Okay, good. Thank you. Just to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Paolo, do you have another question or your hand is raised?
No, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Maybe someone has a question to the budget, because usually this is often asked and is, of course, not that easy to understand. Is everything clear concerning the budget, how you have to prepare it?
I have another question, but not in relation with the budget. We should work with the partner in the project, and the partner in the project should be from our region directly. So for example, in my case, if I'm from Romania, I have to work with a partner from Romania or from abroad, or how?
The main idea would be that if you are from Romania and we have two partners which are responsible for the pilot line 2 and use case 2 for the biosensors, that I think would be an idea to team up with them. But if you are interested in another use case, feel free to apply for another use case. It's also possible.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there was a question about the budget, if the project budget involve also co-financing, and I want to clear up here.
No.
It's without co-financing. Okay, it's a grant.
So it's a grant, even if no one is asking for the budget, but it's not a lump sum. Yeah, please, it's really a budget. How, if you would be a partner in a Horizon project, yeah, the same rules apply. So you will prepare at the end of your activities a final financial statement. We will include this final financial statement from you in our overall final financial statement and ask the EC for the reimbursement of the funding. So they will check and so on and so forth. So this is not a lump sum, so that it's not a voucher. It's really a budget, and you have to assign your costs and prepare a final financial statement and ask for reimbursement. The only difference to conventional Horizon projects, you see, because it's higher tier level, the flat rate for indirect cost is not 25%, but it is 7%. You see this in the Excel template we prepared. So when you fill the budget there, you will see that the indirect cost flat rate is 7%. Please take this into account.
We have a question also from Marcel.
Is there a problem if we are not requesting for the indirect costs or for the overheads?
No. So, and when we say the budget is up to 60,000, yeah. So also please consider
for this.
When you start preparing the budget and you have such questions, then you always can drop an email to the which you find on the web page for in the contact form, and then we can discuss this. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So here, hi. Hannes, just a reference. Is there any prepayment in this reimbursement scheme for this cost involved?
Yes.
On the 60K?
Yes. We described in the Annex 1, because when you start preparing the proposal and you download the guidelines and so on, you will find there a table, and I have to look it up myself to don't confuse you with wrong information. But I can share my screen again. I have found the right section in the guideline. It's the section number 5. And we will provide a pre-financing after signature of the sub-grant agreement of 20%. Then after acceptance of the co-creation plan, also we expect when you start the project that you start discussions with the partners involved and you prepare this co-creation plan. And when this co-creation plan is finished, we will transfer 50% of the budget as a second payment. Then after acceptance of the final report of your activities, we will forward 20%, and you see that only 10% are remaining. And those 10%, yeah, it will take time, because we have to await the acceptance of the final financial statement from the EC. And we also expect that you are going to present the results in an event. This can be then after the end of your activities. And so those two aspects, will take time. So you have to be patient.
Okay, thanks.
Any further questions? Okay, well, if there are no more questions, I think we can end this first part of our webinar here. Thank you everyone for attending. The recording will be stopped now, and we can move on to the breakout rooms. So the idea is that each person can join the breakout room that they're interested in, depending on the pilot line. So the first one will be a functionalization of bioscaffolds, the second of biosensors, and third one of pharmaceutical products. So please feel free to join whichever breakout room. And as Hannes mentioned earlier on, the idea is that you somehow present your ideas, your project ideas, and see if they will be a valuable contribution to the value chain of the project.